Amigos de Billboard, amigos de Coca-Cola, for me, un placer, un honor estar con la base de The Kooks, bass,
Hola.
drums. Hola, do you know?
Bass and drums, man. That's
Yeah,
Fucking cool.
that's rock and roll, real bass.
Right.
I mean,
Foundation.
the foundation, the floor
The
of
roots.
yeah. Nowadays, there is a lot of keyboards, there is a lot of programming, DJs, and you're still. I heard your album, 6 songs.
Yeah.
Of your new album.
Do you like it?
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
The best thing for me is that you heard it and you already know that it's the Kooks,
Cool.
even if
Good.
nobody tell me it's the Kooks. It's like your own brand. That's good for you,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's like our own sort of style, our own, kind of sound, I guess, which is it's great that people recognize that.
Yeah, we were hearing the album, and we said, this song, it could be a song for a past album, a future album. It's like he says, your own brand. This is because you want it, or it's just happened. This is the way it goes.
I think it's a very natural thing, yeah. I think, especially with this new record, we've kind of come full circle a bit musically. I mean, obviously, as people are aware, album by album, we have tried to change things a little bit, for good or bad. I don't know. You decide. But
Experimenting, kind of, yeah.
But the experimenting is like in a comfort zone for you. It's not, you're not included in, I don't know.
This is the thing, I think, with this record, we kind of come back and we were a bit like, do you know what, man, let's just write a rock and roll record. This is what we do, this is what we do best. Great melodies, guitars, drums, just don't overthink it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the songs were flowing, weren't they? I mean, it was just every song after song after song, it was just like, just keep going, don't stop, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Songs were there, and then we just, we very much tried to make as much of a live album as possible, all of us together in the studio, just to sort of make, kind of like, shape the songs and give it that sound that you're talking about.
Overthinking in music is not good. Overthinking.
Overthinking.
No, totally. And like obviously in the studio, it's not always that easy to get 4 guys wanting to be in the same room. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that we were all there together, happy in the Californian sunshine, it helps. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, man, it's great. It was such a fun process, and I think that's the key word. Was like we did have a lot of fun, and because sometimes it can be a bit of a pain in the arse, man. Not everybody wants to be there. Yeah. And it shows, I think.
So you record it all together, and then you add little things, voices.
Yeah, of course. Just sort of like overdubs and stuff. But just the bare bones, man. It's just us working it out and playing it live, which is cool.
When the company sent me the album and the information, they describe you like the indie British rock band, and I said, come on, it's not indie, the Kooks.
Who said that?
It's not indie. You're a rock and roll band itself, or not?
Sure. Yeah, whatever you like.
Yeah. What indie means for you nowadays? Yeah. Because maybe in the beginnings nobody knows you. I'm talking about in the early 2000s, but okay, indie because you were independent or a fresh sound, but you're not indie.
Well, I think it's just people have to sort of classify different acts in, different related to different styles of music. But I think that, we're all lovers of all different kinds of music, man. And I mean, I think you can, if it helps, you can call us indie. But I mean, I think that
it's lazy.
Yeah.
We're a rock and roll band.
Yeah, sure. Rock and roll, man.
You know what I mean? It's true, man. It's like, what should we do with this bunch of bands from the mid noughties? Oh, they're indie,
Yeah, exactly.
Even you have in your own ADN like this pub feeling or rock and roll sensation. You're a venue band. You travel all over the world.
I mean, yeah, rock and roll is a thing.
Rock and roll.
And I think that. That's it feels like that when we're on stage anyway.
Do you like playing in small venues? Tonight you have a very big one, very important here in Argentina. Again, the Luna Park. You already know that venue. I've been in your show, and it's amazing how you translate your studio sound to a big stage. It's not easy but when you're hearing it, especially with the acoustic guitar also.
No, I totally agree. But it's doable, isn't it? The acoustic and stadiums. Not mentioning any names. Hey, it's been quite quite topical. Old ES, hasn't he? Yeah, you know what, man? Right? It's mad because we come here and we play in a massive venue, but we can go somewhere else and play to 1,000 people. You don't know. So it's the same thing to us.
Do you still have fun? For example, playing for 100 people.
I was gonna say, man, that's sometimes it's even more enjoyable than the big ones.
Really?
Or vice versa, but we still enjoy all sorts.
Talking about industry, you already won a lot of awards, you've been in the charts. What that means to you? Do you care if this new album, for example, goes to the radio and is one of the most important songs and the singles, or you just don't care, we are a rock and roll band? Or?
Oh, no, we care, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't know about the awards thing. I don't think... Maybe a few nominations.
Nominations, yeah.
I did walk away with
You need an award. Come on, Billboard. Come on. Yeah.
No, look, man, it's like, the new music, it feels very fresh to us, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And yeah, of course we want it to do well. Of course we do. We've put a lot of time and a lot of heart and soul into it, you know what I mean? And it deserves to do. I think it deserves it, We feel it's probably the best work we've done,
Plus, also, if it gets on the radio, then more people get to listen to it, which is the whole point,
The whole point is like the circle ends with the audience, not with only yourself and if you're happy with the song.
No, of course, we care very much about as many people hearing it as possible. That's the whole deal, man.
What do you think about this Latin boom that in the earth and worldwide is going on with Spanish-spoken songs, even in England?
Brilliant. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
Despacito. I love that song.
Why you can tell me why this happening? Because it's important for us because we are Latins. But we can believe it anyway. It's like a dream.
Maybe like just the image, the lifestyle. I mean, London's pretty much like this all the time.
No, this is not common. I'm sorry about the weather.
No, it's cool. It's cool. But we always have a great time out here, and people like to have a good time, and it's just cool, man. The more of it, the better.
But you don't dare to make a featuring with a Latin artist.
Well, let's wait and see. Do you know what I mean?
I'll do a song in Spanish. I can speak Spanish. Yeah, man.
A ver.
Hola.
Hola. Algo más. Something else. That was a little... that was poquito. Sexy is the same.
Sexy.
You can say sexy.
Spanish is sexy. So,
and do you have time for yourself when you are on touring? Do you have time to meet somebody or it's just touring mode? We come back home and then I'm myself.
Yeah. We get a time. I mean, sometimes it can be quite tight. We've got quite a strict schedule that we have to stick to. But I mean, a lot of the time we like to get out as much as possible and savor the local culture and go to.
You like to live the local culture.
Go out and do as much as possible.
Yeah,
and sometimes we like to chill as well.
Somebody told me that the best way to travel and to know the real stuff in cities is going to festivals. Right. Do you prefer playing festivals or your own shows?
I do like festivals. I don't like going to festivals.
You don't like to go, but you like to perform.
I don't. Yeah, festivals are great, aren't they? They really are. Especially like European summer festivals are great because they're a bit smaller. You get like really amazing wine and food, and you know what I mean. I mean, the gigs are great as well. But the food.
How do you manage when? All the time everybody's saying, oh, you go to a city, to different countries, and everybody, hey, you're a master, you're the genius, you are the Kooks, and everybody, how do you know if that's true? How do you manage your ego with that?
I guess you just have to be as humble as possible, not let it go to your head, because then you turn into a bit of an asshole, man. I think it's lovely that people are so kind, and I think we all appreciate that, and we were all fans of bands when we were younger, and it's a beautiful thing, man. But yeah, it's important to keep your feet on the ground with that sort of stuff as well.
You completely agree with him?
Not at all. It goes straight to my head. I'm like,
I know.
Do me.
Feeling like the Beatles, man. No, you're right. It is mad here for us because, I mean, obviously, different places, different reactions, but, here is like quite over the top, and we are a bit. It is actually quite overwhelming, isn't it? It's cool, And everyone's super sweet, you know, they're very respectful of your space. It's not like, waking up in the morning, opening your door, you know what I mean? Everyone's stood outside your front door, but yeah, it's nice to have that, I think. It's nice to be, you know.
It is nice. It is nice.
But yeah, we're a very humble band. We are. We don't give ourselves enough credit, probably, as well. Do you know what I mean?
Plus, when we get home, we just carry on.
Okay.
And I guess it's not as mad as it is when out here. Well, it's just we're just normal people, man.
It's the first couple of days of getting home. You kind of sat down at 9 p.m. with your sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Watching the TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Where is my manager? Change the channel. I'm talking about home.
What time's lobby call?
I'm talking about home and the real things. I don't know, 30, 40 days, it's the World Cup.
Yeah.
Are you into soccer? We are in Argentina. Here's Messi's land. We have these matches, historic matches between England and Argentina. Boca champion yesterday.
There you go, yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, Boca, yeah.
And how do you feel soccer and this World Cup? People are saying that England is quiet. It's not in a good moment because of the war, and they said that Russia is gonna... The war, the Second World War. And so they said that it's impossible that Germany won this World Cup.
Right.
And it's...
That's always been a bit of a thing.
Yeah, it would be weird, and it would be like amazing, or France, or England, or Argentina to win this World Cup. How do you feel?
It's quite an interesting time for Russia and the UK in general, isn't it, at the minute? It's pretty tricky. Yeah. But in terms of like who I think would win, they always kind of go, England have got a great chance. I was like, come on, man, you know what I mean? It's like they really just about get by, don't they?
We like to think so. You're like, come on. There's a lot of love and spirit. To be honest, I didn't even know it was the World Cup. But I mean,
no, you're not into soccer.
I do. I like the World Cup. Yeah. I do. So that's made
prepare yourself.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be on tour, so we get to. We can,
You can support Messi if you don't want
to. He's cool, man. Messi's cool.
This is the last. Thank you for your time. Have an amazing show tonight.
Thanks.
But I have to ask you, because in the charts, we are Billboard, sorry for that. We analyze all the time. And there is a lot of machines, there is a lot of auto-tune, Melodyne, there is a lot of Ableton Live, and there is less and less guitars. You are like defending the instrument, defending the old school formation. How do you feel about guitar, and what do you say to kids that want to get into rock and roll music? What do you have to have today, not in the past, to be in a rock and roll band?
Just remember just to learn how to play an instrument or instruments, and how much of a joy it is to play music with other people. You can sit in your bedroom and produce and program, and which is great, and it's an art form in itself. But there's a real joy to working with people, especially if you're close. There's something to be said about that still. I think people still gravitate towards that. So that's
very good what you said.
Thanks,
because I ask this to a lot of rock and roll bands, or guitar, bass, and drums, and this kind of formation, and they forget about that. Having something together with humans.
Yeah, of course, man. It's important, isn't it? But you bounce off each other. You learn that way. Do you know what I mean? It's nice.
Yeah.
We're not like we've not reached our peak as musicians yet. You need to play with other people to be inspired. So I want to be inspired. I want to be told that I want to be to learn something new.
How you identify that peak? Because we can say that you have your own sound, you have your own, and how not to repeat yourself.
By playing with other musicians, I imagine, and learning new things. Pretty simply, and not being afraid to take influence. You know what I mean? It's nice to be like to expose yourself to that.
That's good. Yes, yeah. Have a great show tonight.
Brother.
Thanks for this moment.
Thanks,
and
cheers.
Congratulations for the new album.
Thank you.
Amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah. In a few days, the new album. And thanks for the Boca thing and Messi thing.
Yes, brother.
Thank you.
Nice.